2:30 in the afternoon, and I've got white blood cells coming out of my throat again. I don't know. Either, well, I guess there's really only one of three possibilities. Either one, I seem to be very, um, I seem to lack immunity to the viruses that float around Detroit. Two, I seem to develop an immune response to the air in Detroit. Although it's not just in Detroit, it's also around here. Like if I go for a walk around here, I've noticed I'll often come back with the same issue. So something with the air in this region. Or three, I've got an immune order disorder. But why do I always get the like? Why does it always click in when I go to Detroit? Because I'm drinking when I go to Detroit, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna get a blood test near the end of the month, and they're gonna double check me for all the things that I came back clear. I'm clear, right? But they're gonna double check it. I have finished what I was doing. Well, sort of. I finished the first start of it, or almost, anyways. I still have to worry. There was that festival I went to, that classical festival I went to in September. I still got to tweak that a little bit, but I've got enough, and I haven't touched the last two shows I went to yet. But I've got enough that I'm going to upload that as a shell, um, and we'll come back to it afterwards. I haven't done any of the reviews yet, but what I've done is I've augmented the shows I went to list quite dramatically, excluding, like I say, that September show and the last two shows that I went to, and the show that I'm planning on going to tonight, I think. I got to check a few things. I need to get stuff off of here. That's kind of part of the plan here is to get this working while this is up. I get something to eat, get this going, but I think we're dealing with this. But my throat is like I feel okay, but it's like this is a persistent pattern. I go out somewhere, whether it's to the bar or even just grocery shopping, and when I come in, I'm sick for like 3 days, or 4 days, or 5 days, or a week, and it's just like the act of leaving the house seems to make me sick. I suppose that if I don't talk, or if I don't communicate with people, my immunity could go down. Like, have we got to that point? I can't have gotten to that point. I'm not that isolated. Gotten to the point where I'm a bubble person. No, that's what you have to do with people that have immune systems that are that bad. Is you have to put them in a bubble, and they have to like. I might enjoy living in a bubble, to be honest with you. I, I already figuratively live in a bubble. Why not literally? Why not make it for real? Right? Anyways, I'm gonna get the things in motion because I am planning on it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not. I haven't. It's gonna depend on a couple of things. This is not gonna be a long show. It's like 8 to 10:30, so I'll be home early and everything else. I gotta check finances, but it also means that if I get a little late, I'm gonna be screwed. And this is kind of what I'm worried about: is getting off track and missing it. We'll find out if that happens or not. If it does, I guess I'm not going, but we'll see. Water right here. You ever get that? I'm not yet late, but it will be soon. Just let me get, or I have to leave soon. Just let me get my shots in here. I kind of want to avoid that, don't I? That's not. It's always ironic, but I want to like not do it at all. It's a stupid movie. It's a squirrel I did it years ago to make fun of me all the time, and I did it ironically, so I got stuck with it. Okay, let's get my skinny little ass out of here. Just swap my batteries. Wanted to make sure it works. Okay, good. So it's a little after 7. I'm walking. I wanted to catch the 6:30 bus, and then I said, well, I can catch the 7 o'clock bus, and then On my way out, I realized, shit, I'll be lucky if I catch a 7:30 bus, but I'm already ready to go. I might as well. I don't really have much to say about that. It's just like it's life. It always takes me longer to get ready than I expect. So, if I catch a 7:30 bus and I get right over, I don't know how this is gonna. The thing is, I don't know exactly how far of a walk it is. I know it's further than one other place that I normally go to, or I haven't been there in a while, but one place I've been to a couple of times, and that's about a half hour, so I'm thinking maybe 40 minutes. I can't really say. I'll find out. I had to point out that I am entirely cognizant of the reality that I may get there and have missed what I wanted to see. I just sniffled a little, and my sinuses quaked on me there. Ooh. I'm not 100%. I'm not even sure I'm like 70%. Should I be at home? I don't know. I don't. I'm not like vomiting or anything. I may have a mild virus. But again, I don't know. Like, my body keeps producing these white blood cells on me. It's reacting to something. It's like catch something every time I go outside. It's not. That's not normal. Like, it's a little over the top. Anyways. If I get there and miss what I wanted to see, then it's a learning experience. I still, like I say, I've never been there. I'm ready to go. And I'm cognizant of things, but at the same time, it's like I'm willing to take the chance. Put it out. I'm willing to take the risk that I may be wasting my time. We'll find out. I guess that's what I was saying. There's broadly three things happening. Two of them I'm interested in, and one of them I'm not interested in at all. So I'm hoping that the thing I'm not interested in is the first thing. That would make sense as it's by far the least complex thing. But there may also be two of them are local artists, and one of them, all the other one's local artists too, but he's doing covers of pieces by well-known contemporary artists, namely John Cage and Philip Glass. So the logic may be that you put you put the performed pieces up front, and then you put the original work at the end, or it might be the opposite, right? I don't know. These events are hard to. I mean, I have been to enough of them, but there's no pattern. We'll see when we get there. Anyways, like I say, hopefully, or I mean, it could even be like doors at 8, and the show starts at 8:30. I don't know. We'll find out. But normally with more like this is technically a classical music performance or a serious music performance, and usually they don't do doors. They just say, So the show starts at this time, right? So I don't know. Like I said, I'm hoping it's the thing I'm not interested in is some like feedback drone shit. See, the other thing is that they've got 2.5 hours penciled in, right? If the feedback drum guy goes for a half an hour, that's kind of intense. Like I can like 20 minutes maybe. And then there's the other performer couldn't really be going for more than an hour too. And then I know that the pieces that are being played are like, well, I guess it adds up, right? Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, okay. But like I said, I'm really hoping that this guy that just wants to fuck around on his guitar for a little while is what's up first, and if I miss it, it's nothing. That's what I'm hoping. We'll find out if it works out. You know, I don't play video games, but I've certainly watched enough of them to watch other people play them enough to kind of get. Sometimes I kind of feel like if my life was a game, it would be like that Windsor here is like a staging area, right? So when I'm in Windsor, I go, to the bank machine, the groceries, all these kinds of things, but the actual gameplay is in Detroit, right? I don't, I'm not articulate enough on the topic to really expand on this point, but it's there for other people if they'd like to. So I'm stuck behind what looks like a Greyhound bus of fucking geriatrics, meaning that I'm going to be here a while. I can't turn back now. There's no way in. But I'm going to miss probably half the set. So they let me walk right through. It's almost, I'm almost there. And I'm gonna guess it's almost 9. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. Because they let me walk through. Nonetheless, it's gonna be very close to 9 when I get there. So I missed at least one set. There's some chance I might have missed 2. If I'm lucky, the noisy guitar thing started at 8:30. That's what I was able to kind of figure out with my mental math there. We'll see how that works out. This is, was the first time I've ever actually heard a dog bark walking down the street in Detroit. There's a bus. This is actually, I was thinking to myself, should I have taken a bus? I haven't seen a bus. That's the first bus I've seen drive by. So, I guess I would have got here at about the same time I had taken a bus. Most of the time I'd rather walk. This particular strip, I think I might take a bus next time I walk up it. That made no sense. I think I might take a bus the next time I go in this direction. And it will probably be that bus. Not exactly that bus. As that bus will have... It will no longer exist in the space-time continuum. Well, it will, but it'll be in the past. And I will be unable to intersect it with it. Again, the major concern is just emptiness. At least there's some cars driving by, right? So it's not completely empty. It might be on the way back. It might be just fucking dead on the way back. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe cutting out the Trumbull or something, because this is it's just not the it wouldn't be so bad in the day. It's just, like I said, I'm not concerned about people. There are plenty of cars in Detroit, but as far as I can tell, there aren't any actual people. I actually heard a dog bark, and that kind of freaked me out. So I think I probably want to avoid this strip in the future. This is Rosa Parks between Grand River and wherever I'm going. I remember I got to pass through here because this is the Scouts building, so I'm almost at the Scouts building. And I remember checking on Google Maps. It's the sneaky part. I'll probably take a right. Well, it'll be a left when I come out, but I probably want to take a walk up there or Trumbull or something instead. Because like I said, I'm not worried about people. I'm worried about animals. And I heard some. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, I'm almost there. Hopefully I didn't miss what I came to see. We'll find out. I wish there was enough light to see it. The Detroit Institute of Contemporary Art people. It works. Okay, so I'm out of the venue actually, and I'm walking back to the tunnel. I didn't get footage because I was kind of expecting something else. It turns out that the sum of the event was a cage piece, which I walked in halfway through, and a glass piece. I was expecting a little more than that, and see, I determined that I walked in halfway through the cage piece, and that there was nothing else before then. And then I listened to the glass piece, which I knew was lengthy, so I didn't record it, because I've got batteries. Yeah. And I kind of thought there'd be something else, but there wasn't. It turns out that the involvement of the local artists was simply to provide sound for the cage piece. The cage piece was an augmented version of the score there. I am walking up to Trumbull rather than walking up Rosa Parks. I'm not sure what road this is. I think it's Alexandria. Anyways, I think. Maybe we can see when I get to the road here. I enjoyed that. Like I said, it wasn't quite the scope I was expecting, but I don't. After talking to a couple of people, I don't think anybody really knew exactly what they were doing. This is the nature of kind of quiet shows like this. Is that or people don't really know exactly what they're doing when they get there. Is this Alexandria? Warren. It's Warren. Yeah. So if I was to follow this all the way up, I'd get to eventually to. To Woodward. That's not the best way to go though. The best thing to do is to take a right up when I get to Trumbull. Even let's cross the road here. It's just, I mean, this looks a little bit more. I'm avoiding an empty field. That's what I'm doing, and I think it's okay. It's a little colder. I mean, I was expecting it to be colder. I did bring a winter jacket and a sweater, so yeah, this is all the things to put together here. I enjoyed it, but I didn't get any footage because I didn't get. I mean, I like I say, I misunderstood the set. I probably would have taken some footage otherwise, but I just didn't quite understand perfectly what it was that was actually happening there. Like I said, the cage piece was apparently, it was augmented. The cage piece itself is just a lecture, but they augmented it with some sound. And the local artists that I was expecting to perform some of their own pieces decided, or it was decided for them, I don't know, that they would participate in that rather than do some of their own work. So be it. That's what it was. And like I say, I enjoyed it. It's just I didn't get the footage because I was waiting for the original part to come up, and it never did. I think this is Trumbull here. We'll find out when I get here. I've not walked up this street before. But I mean, I have an understanding of the map. Part of the reasons why I want to go to kind of more events like this is to kind of maybe network a little bit better. I'm really bad at that, right? I'm really bad at getting to know people and stuff like that. But that's a step forward as far as that's concerned. Otherwise, I don't really have a lot to say. My hands are kind of cold, so I'm going to go ahead and put this away. It's early. It's like 10:30. I could get home before midnight even. We'll find out. It's just one of those nights where it's like on the border point of like cold and tolerable. If it was like even 3 or 4 degrees warm, if it was 5 degrees warmer, it would be great. But, you know, I'm most of the way there. It's just, was this worth it? I don't know. Hard to say at this point. Might have been, might have not been. We're kind of midpointish. I wish I was there on time. I got a little suckered, but I mean it's not bad. I mean it's not. It's one of those situations where your perceptions of things, like your expectations, are gonna color things, right? And if you create false expectations, I obviously read the event listing wrong. But then again, like the guy said he didn't know what he was doing, so maybe it didn't. I don't know. But I don't want to get the wrong impression. I enjoyed the night. It's just I would have enjoyed it more if I could like. That's what I'm looking for here. If I could teleport from A to B, and I normally like walking, right? Part of the reason why, and like knowing I was gonna be late that I bothered is because I wanted to enjoy the walk, right? It's like I say, it's a situation where it's like 3 or 4 degrees too cool. But I mean, I'll be fine. I'll survive. It's just it would actually be a very pleasant walk if it was just a little bit warmer. But I plan my nights around that for a reason, right? I would normally not have gone out at this temperature level. Like it's not a surprise. It's just I decided to just take the walk anyways. Man, that's the first time I've ever seen anything down those streets. That's the limit with that. How about that? That area back there, it always just it creeps me out. It looks like the 30s. There's an MGM area around here. I don't know if that's even it. Like it looks like I'm walking into like Dick Tracy or something. Anyways, was Dick Tracy in Detroit? I don't even know. I don't want to say yes or no. I'm clueless on the point. This is the road to pass to get back into like the core of downtown, right? So I'm just about there. It's just something else I'm noticing, and I've noticed this like I think I pointed it out one time. My sinuses are fucked, and I'm starting to kind of worry a little bit. I've been aware for a while that there's something kind of a little bit more substantially wrong with me, right? I don't even know if I can am I allowed to cross here? It's a very strange place. I've never know. I think maybe I'm used to. No, I've crossed this town a lot. I don't know. Anyways, I survived. My sinuses. There's something fucked up with my sinuses. I don't know. It's it could just be allergies, right? When they did my MRI, they told me that like I had shit in my sinuses, and it only seems to really. Well, maybe that's my answer. Maybe the reason every time I go outside I get screwy is because my sinuses are fucked, right? That would explain it. We'll see what I feel like when I get back, and but I mean, it's like, can I test for allergies? Is that something that what would you do? I don't even know. Yeah, I am in the MGM, you're right. So it's like, is that a film area back there? I don't know. Like I say, it looks like it's like total gangster, rum running, speakeasy, Dick Tracy bullshit. I'm telling you. I've never. I'm actually afraid to go back there, and I walk around Detroit like all the time, and that's a strip I won't go in. It's strange, huh? Anyways, I'm over the highway here. I'm back into town, and it's early. It's not even 11. But I don't know what to do. Like it's easy to come to the conclusion that okay, you drank too much, you're sick. But I mean it's like days later, and I get the same reaction when I'm not drinking, right? I really haven't drank. Well, I had one beer tonight, but I mean I haven't really been drinking tonight, so it's like and like I had the beer early, like I had the beer before I left. So it's like, I don't know. Strangeness all around. I'm gonna wait for the bus and I got a cigarette. I have been smoking. I've been out 3 times this month. I've been out 3 times since my birthday, and I've smoked on all 3 nights. The first night I only had a couple. I had a lot more the other night, and tonight was a fallback into my old routine. I guess, see, I'm toying with the question, can I handle going out without smoking? I don't want to say I can't. I mean, it might seem like I can't, right? I'm all about empiricism here. And the evidence seems to suggest that I'm having difficulty with that. I think that I can, though. So I'm going to the Noise Rock show tomorrow, and I need to just lay it down. No smoking tomorrow. But I'm going to. So when I went to the Cloud Nothing show, it was like I quit smoking, but I'm going to have one, and I told people that. When I went to the Beyond Human? When I went to the festival on Saturday night, I expected to be actually smoking a little bit more. I mean, but at the same time, I didn't. I wanted to ensure that I wasn't. Tonight I didn't. Tonight I was just bad. So I'm finding myself going back into habits. This isn't easy. I don't want to pretend it is, right? I mean, it's not. I never claimed it was. What I've already accomplished is fairly. I mean, I've stopped buying packs of cigarettes, and I have not. I was out buying cigarettes from people, right? I haven't bought a pack of cigarettes or bumming cigarettes, but tonight it was just bad. There's no, like, I can maybe put a little bit of excuse on the Cloud Nothing show because I was actually making an effort. I kind of wasn't really I mean, I was making much less of an effort on Saturday, and tonight it's just like I'm not even trying, right? So, when we fall down, we've got to get back up and keep going, right? There's no use in sitting here banging my head against the wall. I just need to be realistic about it. I did not uphold what I wanted, and I need to be a little bit more strict with myself. So tomorrow night, no smoking. I'm going to make that a thing. No smoking tomorrow night, period. And we'll go from there. If I can get to the show tomorrow night and not, well, no, okay. We're not gonna say if. We're gonna say that I'm going to go to the show tomorrow night and not smoke. Okay? That's the way it's gonna be. That's not gonna happen tomorrow. I'm going to not smoke tomorrow. So, and then, do it one day at a time, one event at a time, and I'll build it up. It's the habit, right? I mean, it's one of the biggest problems I found in breaking the habit, like the habitual smoking, which I have broken. I think like there's no question. Was not smoking after eating, right? And it was hard, right? I would eat and then I would smoke. It's something I did for years, and I didn't do it, right? And I cracked a few times, right? I failed a few times, but eventually I got it, right? And now I don't even think about it. So I think I mentioned this once before that I don't think I've ever gone. Like I say, I mean, I remember going to shows, when I was really. The way I think I said it was that I haven't, not since I've been legal, right? I don't think I've gone to a concert since I've been able to legally buy cigarettes and not smoked. That's something I've never done. So, you know, and it still hasn't really happened. So, let's be strict with myself. Let's force myself to do it, and let's see what I feel like afterwards, right? Because I mean, maybe that's the simple answer, right? Maybe the reason my throat hurts is because I'm smoking. Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing, right? Like I say, I never claimed this was going to be easy. I feel like I've gotten over the hard part of it, which is the habitual part. It's more that I'm breaking a promise to myself, right? And it's a question of how serious was I serious? I was serious abstractly. I don't know if I really felt it, but I need like there's reasons why I came up with that, right? And I need to get back to it. So I'm hereby stating that when I go to the show tomorrow, I will not smoke any cigarettes, and we'll have to go from there, one show at a time, and force myself to deal with it. I'll have to deal with this. It's going to be difficult, but I'll deal with it. I'm going to have to. Anyways, I think I got about 20 minutes, so I'm just going to wait. I mean, I pointed out the other night that the issue that I had may have been related to nicotine, right? So, why am I doing that? I should be controlling. I should be, you know, taking better control of the situation, taking better care of myself. It's the whole point. Again, like I said, there's no point in attacking myself, right? I fell down. When you fall down, just get up and keep going. So it's a struggle. It's not. Nobody's gonna claim it's not a struggle. I failed tonight. Tonight was total failure. Like I said, the other two nights were, but tonight was just failure, and I need to just adjust and just I need to be focusing on the nicotine as a control. The thing is that I'm a little bit like, I also know that nicotine is a stimulant, so it kind of works both ways. I'll need to make sure that I'm drinking enough coffee. Right? And that wall's not there to hit your head with. It's there to keep up a structure, right? Just acknowledge the failure and keep going. But acknowledge it and be serious about it. And I am serious about it. No smoking tomorrow. And we'll go. That's all I can do is one night at a time, right? I don't think I've ever made that commitment seriously. Even with the Cloud Nothing show, there was a caveat, right? So there's no caveat tomorrow. Because I can see that, and I know this, I knew this from the start, right? I can't have caveats. I can't have. If I have one smoke when I'm out, then I'll have smokes when I'm out forever, and I know that. I was deluding myself. There can be no caveats, such as the reality of things. So I'm laying it down permanently for tomorrow at least. No smoking tomorrow at all, period. And we'll go from there. Also, I'm gonna do laundry soon. Maybe not, like, it won't be tomorrow, but maybe on Saturday or Sunday I'll do laundry, and I think that'll act as a shifting point. maybe that's the more profound result of the evening is the decision to step away from this. Smoking when I'm out. It's gotta stop. So, but like I say, I can only go one night at a time, right? So, start with tomorrow, and then go from there. And see, now I'm mad at myself. And it doesn't feel good to be mad at yourself. But at the same time, I think it's good that I'm mad at myself. I think that that's a good sign, right? Um, it's that kind of feeling of like shame, right? Like, of realizing that you did not live up to your own expectations. It's your own expectations that matter, right? They may be stronger or weaker than others, but I mean, the expectations that you have for yourself may not be the same as the expectations that others have for you. They may be stronger, they may be weaker, but they're the ones that really drive you, right? And I'm acknowledging that I'm not meeting my own expectations. I'm acknowledging I failed, and it's not feeling good. But I think that's a good sign. No smoking tomorrow. I've said it a bunch of times, and I've got to hold to it. What happens if I smoke tomorrow? It doesn't matter what happens because it's not going to happen. Right? I will say this. If after putting this down, I can't handle that, or what I mean to say is if after putting this down, if I end up smoking tomorrow, then then I can't handle it. And I'm going to have to adjust my nightlife routine. At least for the short term. It may be the case that I'm going to have to stay in for a few months. I did stay in for a few months. I think I can handle it. I think I can say, I'm not going to smoke tomorrow and not smoke tomorrow. And I think part of the reason is because I'm feeling disappointed at myself for not living up to my own expectations. So, like I say, it's a struggle. No one said it would be easy, but I gotta deal with it, and it's gotta start one night at a time. So it's like the Bill Murray film, baby steps, right? What about Jay? What about Jay? What about Jay? Yeah. But do you know that feeling? It's like self-disgust. You feel it in your gut, right? It's like I, the fact that I smell of nicotine, of cigarette smoke right now is just, I can smell it on myself because I don't smoke much anymore. So I had a few cigarettes, I can smell it on myself, and I'm disgusted by myself. You feel it in your gut. You feel it in it's just like, oh. It's like a combination of embarrassment and dread and regret. And like I say, I'm not enjoying that, but I'm happy I'm feeling it because I think that that's the right thing to feel. It's the right it's the prerequisite for progress. But I keep saying it, and like I don't believe in dwelling on things. I think that you have to kind of just keep pushing forwards. What's the use? The past matters. The past is important, but it's only important insofar as the lessons it helps you learn. Like I say, maybe that's the more profound result of the evening. I enjoyed the show, but it was a lot of walking, a lot of smoking I didn't really want to do. It's time to get over this. I made this promise to myself because I felt like it was time to get over this. And now I'm feeling even more like it's time to get over this. And I need to make that commitment to myself and do it. So, no smoking tomorrow. Under no circumstance. I will not smoke on a boat. I will not smoke on a moat. I will not smoke. At all. Nope, nope, nope. So I just came in, and I'm actually beat tired and don't feel like I should be. I need to be absolutely firm. I need to be clear in my commitment. I'm going to the show tomorrow, even if I'm a little stuffed up. And I am not smoking. Not even one cigarette. Not even due to the caveat. I cannot pretend that we can, or that I can just kind of deal with this. I can't deal with it. I gotta go cold turkey, zero, none, nada. Okay? It worked here, and it's gonna have to work there. For the rest of the night, I'm gonna do a little bit of editing. I gotta catch up. I'm gonna get back to trying to finish some of the show reviews. I'm expecting I should be up late. I feel like I'm beat tired now, but I think if I sit down and get some coffee, I'll be alright. Sleep early, get up, go to the show tomorrow. And I think we'll talk then. I got plenty of shots, so I'm good to go.